Gary, welcome. How are you finding the expo this year?
It's good. I mean, in terms of the show itself, there's a lot of foot traffic coming through. One of the things I think we've noticed is that people come into us and actually really want to know what we're doing. You know, we're not just being used almost as an extended stationery store, which, you know, historically people come over. So people are looking at the now, asking us exactly what we're doing, how we're lending, where we're lending, sort of what rates are. The expression USP has been used a lot today, and hopefully we've come across where we stand out in the bridging arena. What's also been noticeable about today, there's certainly a strong presence of other bridgers, you know, just here, which I think is almost proving the point that the mainstream, which is represented well, but bridging is becoming far more part of the mainstream as opposed to a secondary part of the industry, so to speak.
And how would you respond to recent reports that say bridging lenders are talking up the market?
I mean, the initial, with a question like that, you just got to disagree. When you actually take the question in isolation, how can a lender talk up the market? I mean, the reverse is almost true, where you can almost talk down the market. It's not in a lender's interest to talk up a market. We're dealing with property developers, entrepreneurs, professional people who know what the market are or is, what the market conditions are doing at this moment in time. So to suggest that any sector, including bridging lenders, are talking up the market is at best, you know, sheer folly and almost at worst stupidity.
With new lenders and brokers entering the market, how do you continue to stay competitive?
This is a question, I guess the easy answer to that is trust. The bridging lending section has been going for quite some time now, and it's imperative for us as a company that we build relationships over a long term and show our brokers who we know in a long time that what we can do, we do, and what we say we can do, again, we do. And that's important. There's lots of new entrants entering into this market. And I think still now the bridging industry, if you like, I don't like the expression, but is perceived as a quick buck for a lot of people. It's not for us, we're in it for the long haul. And to do that, we've spent lots of money on IT systems, we're listening to what our brokers are saying to us and reacting accordingly. It's a very volatile market at the moment, and we need to react and listen to what we're being told and make sure we keep pace with our competitors. What
do you think are the biggest challenges facing bridging finance at the moment?
The essential ingredient to any bridging company is that of funding. At the moment, a lot of bridgers, including ourselves, have a funding model where at this moment in time base rate is at a historic low. Banks, let's be honest about it, still unwilling, unable, or a mixture of both to actually lend monies. So the funding model works extremely well. But if you can imagine that reversing in, let's say, the next few years' time, where base rate starts to creep up, banks have more appetite to lend. A lot of bridges' funding models, as is at the moment, will not adapt to that. What we've implemented and continue to do so is make sure that we have additional lines of credit available to us. So if that model does change over a period of time, at least we can react accordingly.
And what are your predictions for the future of the bridging industry?
Predictions, I would say, very much is that you're going to see casualties, and I don't mean that in you know, a dramatic sense, but the industry over the last few years has seen a lot of new people to it, and essentially to make money you need to lend money. Some people, I believe, maybe wrongly, only time will tell, that are lending potentially poorly, and that could cause problems for them over a period of time. That won't come out in the first 6 months, 1 year. It will take 2 to 3 years to unfold. So I do think you're going to have a lot of people actually sort of falling by the wayside. And I also think that bridging will become more of a normal instrument. It won't just be perceived as a sort of secondary, oh, we can't, what do we do? And using that horrible expression, lender of last resort, which is uneducated in fairness, and it's something that I think you'll see bridging move more to the mainstream as banks still have the reluctance to lend.